Welcome to the Family Geekery Podcast, a podcast for geeks from a family of geeks. We talk about comics, video games, and anything else geeky. I'm Amber.
I'm Danny.
And I'm Chris.
And today we are going to be talking about All New Spider-Gwen, Ghost Spider, #1.
Woohoo.
Yeah.
It's been a while since we talked about a comic.
Yeah, we've had a couple themed months in a row, and then we also had a little holiday break last episode. So thank you for joining us with that one. Did you, Amber and Danny, did you notice what the Retro Rewind episode was for last week?
No.
Oh, yeah. You're very attentive to our podcast. So I usually go through and look at the last year, over the last calendar year, what the most popular episode was, and then I throw that back on if we ever have to do a Retro Rewind. So I was looking, and sometimes these things get popular and get the most downloads because of certain search terms. So, for example, we had an episode on the Sims 25th anniversary episode or something like that.
Oh.
And because the name of our podcast was like celebrating Sims 25th, there was also like a live stream on YouTube called Sims Celebration of 25th or 25th Celebration. And I think because of that, we got hits from that.
That's funny.
Too bad to the people that accidentally found our podcast and started listening like, what the heck is this? So sometimes the search terms make the difference, not the actual subject matter, which is very concerning because the episode that got the most hits for this past calendar year was the one with the search words in it, Children's Death Match.
Oh my gosh.
So the episode that we did it was for March Madness, and we did a March Madness bracket of children's characters, and we put them in a death match. And the words Children Death Match is what has spurred the most hits, I think, for this past year. So
Well,
good for us.
now we know what to talk about.
Now we know what the search term should be. But yeah, we're going to talk about a comic this week. All new one. But before we do that,
Geeky Weeks.
let's talk about our Geeky Weeks. Amber, you going to kick us off? Do you have anything geeky this week?
Yeah, so I did some traveling while over the holiday break. So because of that, I got a lot of reading done. Started a couple of new books. I guess when I listen to audiobooks, I usually listen to, I guess, like children's books or like kind of more like YA, like classics of that kind. So I started reading Cinder, which is part of the Lunar Chronicles, and I think that was really popular when I was like a kid or a teenager, but I never read them. So started listening to that, and it's like I thought you did, and it's like a cool like futuristic fantasy retelling of Cinderella, and there's like a couple different books that are all different fairy tale retellings, which is kind of cool. And I know that's like really popular right now because of Wicked. The whole concept of like a retelling. And then I also played a bunch of board games, some classics like Doomlings and Flip 7. Those are some good ones that I frequent back to. And then I also played a new board game, or I guess card game is more accurate. All of these have cards and no board in sight. But I played Betrayal Deck of Lost Souls, which is made by the people who make Betrayal on the house at the House on the Hill, which is probably my favorite true board game of all time. But this is like a kind of like a secret roles type game with like a similar concept of like there may be a traitor among you and you have to kind of solve the clues and figure it out. And first game I played, there was no traitor, which was kind of cool. We all thought there was one, and then there was not one, and we won. And then the second time we played, I was the traitor, and I was like freaking out the whole time because I was like, I didn't see how the traitor like happened the first time because we didn't have one. So had to kind of navigate that by myself. But then I won, so it was kind of cool. I got
Nice.
kind of lucky. But yeah, that was like a pretty fun game. I'll have to bring it to you guys and we'll play that. Besides that, Marvel Rivals had their like 1 year anniversary a couple days ago. And so they've been doing this whole like anniversary event, and I think they had kind of like a ball drop type thing too, which was kind of silly. I didn't do that, but I like saw some clips on TikTok about that. So there's been some fun stuff happening in Marvel Rivals. Still waiting for Rogue to come out, but I've just been waiting and playing Gambit, and Gambit's really fun. So that's cool. But yeah, like while I was on my travels, I went to my heaven, which is the Dr. Pepper Museum in
Nice.
Texas. So not super geeky, but I mean, what I had to mention it because it's Dr. Pepper Museum.
This episode brought to you by Dr. Pepper.
The cool thing is, it's like not funded by Dr. Pepper. It's like independent, and then sometimes Dr. Pepper will like match donations, I guess, or it seems. So it's like not funded by Dr. Pepper. So it's like not as big as the Coca-Cola Museum is. But they had a lot of cool stuff, and here's the tie that'll make it geeky. They had a bunch of like old memorabilia of I guess collaborations they did with Marvel and Transformers and stuff. So they even had a Iron Man Dr. Pepper vending machine on display.
Oh, cool.
That was kind of cool.
Did they have a Dr. Pepper can that transformed into a robot?
No, but just like pictures of, like the cans. Like I remember buying the Transformer cans,
Oh, okay.
from like
Gotcha.
2018 or whatever. Yeah, it was kind of recent. Maybe it was like 2023, but I didn't know they had like Marvel collabs from like the Spider-Man days, like the OG Sam Raimi Spider-Man.
Oh, cool.
They had Dr. Pepper cans.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice, fun.
Anything else?
That's it.
All right, Danny, how about you?
Well, I played 2 new games. One not so new, but you know me and my Uno expansion pack.
Do you have an Uno shelf in your house?
We pulled them all out, and we have a good amount of Uno.
Nice.
Oops, all Uno. That's kind of a tongue twister.
But the new one we played was Uno Speed Pack. So this adds cards with like a speed up button on it, like 2 arrows. And basically it makes the amount of cards you have to play +1.
That's cool.
So if you put down a card
speeds
with
up
a
the
speed
game.
up,
Not the gameplay.
yeah. So then if you get 1 speed up, then you have to play 2 cards every round that matches whatever card was in the pile. And then wild cards have 2 speed up, so it adds 2.
Whoa.
Ooh.
So then you get up to 3. You have to play 3 that all relate to the card. And then as soon as someone can't do it, they have to draw the amount of speed ups, and then it resets back to 1.
Oh, that's cool.
Because we first started playing it where the speed ups never reset.
Oh, boy.
And we're like, this is weird. Because we would play it like, like if the speed up's 5 and you had 2 cards, you play the 2 and then draw 3. And then we'd keep going. But then we're like, this sounds wrong. So we looked at the directions. And it's like, once someone can't do it, they draw the amount of speed ups and then reset back to 1. So usually we only went up to like 2, 3, 4 cards before
6, 7
someone
cards.
couldn't do it. But yeah,
Cool.
that was one game. And then the second game was more of a board game. And it's called Mysterium. And it's kind of like Clue.
But there's a dead guy.
There is a dead guy. Have you played?
No, I think that's one that I watched like Geek and Sundry play forever ago.
Yeah, so there's like like I called it like a dungeon master. Like the person controlling the game, like they know everything. And then they're giving hints. So we had a dungeon master and then 3 people. So basically, there's one murderer with a location and weapon. But however, so there's 3 of us, so we had 3 different routes. So we each had a person, item, and place. And then we went through rounds and they gave us, the dungeon master or whatever, gave us hints every round, and we had to progress before, like, the amount of rounds ran out. And then once all of us progressed, then we're down to 3 people, like 3 contenders of the murderer, and then we have to figure out which of the 3 of ours is the real one.
That's neat.
Yeah, so both of the rounds we played, we won. So it was pretty fun.
That reminded me of 2 of my geeky weeks that I forgot.
Throw them in there.
Too late.
I watched the first part of Stranger Things season 5 that came out. I think they've got it split into 3 parts, maybe, or maybe just 2 parts. I'm not sure. But watched the first couple episodes of Stranger Things 5, and it's pretty good. I can see they're rounding it. I can't talk today. They're rounding it out and finishing up that story that has taken 10 years to tell, pretty much. But it's pretty cool to see that. And then also I've been watching The Mighty Nine, which is the Critical Role animated show that's on Amazon Prime.
Cool.
And I'm caught up with that one. And that one's really good. It's a little weird because that one I actually, like, went back and watched a good amount of the, like, actual gameplay, or, like, the actual D&D sessions that they have on backlog. And it's strayed pretty far from that so far, but I know there's, like, a whole lot of stuff to do and a lot of game that they have to put into, like, a season of television.
Right.
So
You gotta pick the greatest hits.
Yeah. It's interesting to see what else they'll do, because I watched Vox Machina without having seen any of the actual live streams, so.
Very cool.
Yeah.
All right, Danny, were you done also?
I think so.
All right. I picked up a new game for me on Steam, and it's called Keep On Mining. Have you heard of Keep On Mining?
No.
It's a rather inexpensive game, just a couple bucks. But, their algorithm said that I would like it. And of course they were right, because their algorithm's pretty good. And it's basically a roguelike mining incremental game. But it's not mining in the sense of, like, Minecraft or Terraria or anything like that. You're just hovering your mouse above a playfield. There's basically a grid of ground, and then that grid of ground has some certain number of rocks that can be mined, and those rocks may have ore in them, or they may have gems and stuff like that. And you start off just with, like, gold, and then you start adding more ores to it. And then you use whatever you mine to upgrade your pickaxes and upgrade the timer, because it's like, it starts off like, I don't know, 12 seconds long or something very short. You only have like 12 seconds to mine as much as you can, and luckily there's no clicking. It's just hovering your mouse over the different rocks. And then you have upgrades to create more rocks, and you have upgrades to make your pickaxe stronger, and you have upgrades to make the area that your hover circle, covers. And yeah, it's just a very vast amount of upgrades to continue to go through this, but it's been fun. It's a good time killer. And then we went to the movies, and we saw a movie that I will pronounce the name very slowly as to not get a strike on parental guidance. The name of the movie is Fackham Hall, and it is a British spoof. It's a spoof movie of basically Downton Abbey. Yep. And but it's basically, if you've ever seen any of the Naked Gun movies or the Airplane movie, it's basically that, but set in the Downton Abbey. And it's got a really clever story. It's got very clever puns in it. very, very much laugh out loud. And Amber, it's got a very famous author that attends this this hall, and his name is J.R.R. Tolkien. And,
Oh.
and then he gets announced as J.R.R. Tolkien author, and he said, "Yes, but you can just call me J.R.R. Tolkien author." So whenever someone says, "Oh, Mr. Tolkien," he goes, "No, Mr. Tolkien author." but throughout, and he's just a would-be novelist at this point, and every time something happens, he pulls out his journal and he starts writing. Like he hears the name Aragon, and he's like, "Oh." And probably one of the funniest things that happens with him is, I forget what the object is, but the lady says something, and then she says, "Oh, my precious," and he goes, "What did you just say?" and let's just say I'll just use a fake word. Let's just say it's strawberry shortcake, my precious. She goes, "Strawberry shortcake, my precious," and he goes, "Oh." He pulls out his journal, and he has a picture of Gollum on there with a little speech bubble, and he writes, "Strawberry shortcake." Or whatever the word was, but he doesn't write down "my precious." He writes down the other word.
That's funny.
But it's just a laugh a minute. It came out of nowhere. I've never heard of it. I saw it at the theater, and we thought we'd try it out, and it was definitely good. And that's about it for me. So let's get into this episode, which is the All New Spider-Gwen Ghost Spider episode number 1, or issue number 1 from this year, Marvel Comics. And whenever we're going to cover a comic, if the girls don't have one picked out for me, I just go through the Marvel Unlimited. I look through something that started recently, and of course, if it's on Marvel Unlimited, that means it's going to be a month or so old. And so I found this
one's
one.
a couple months old.
Yeah, I found this one. Thought, okay, it's a number 1. It's a character that I don't think we've spent a lot of time on before, so let's go ahead and check it out. And I sent that to the girls, and Amber said, "Oh, well, I haven't finished the other series yet." So did this one tie into at all the series that you were talking about?
Yeah.
Okay.
This started like literally the month after the other one ended.
So the other one must be how she got to 616, or
no. I don't know how I skipped that part because I read like her shadow clones and like those there were a couple of weird like clone ones that she was a part of. I read those, and then I read Spider-Gwen Ghost Spider, which was the last one.
Okay.
And at the start of that one, she had just gotten to 616. So
gotcha.
I wonder if it was like a extended, one of the like yearly whatever special issues that she got to 616. I'm not sure
that makes
when
sense.
that happened. So yeah, the last series started with her in 616.
So this one doesn't take place very much longer because she's still referring to just getting there. I guess.
Yeah.
She had done something weird to get her and her dad here for safety purposes or something. So she's still kind of a new kid on the block, and had experienced some new powers, I guess, by fusing with some kind of a power cube or something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Was that in the comic that you're reading?
It was kind of like the Tesseract. So she was hanging out with King Loki, I guess.
Okay.
And I didn't finish that part, so I don't know exactly how we get from there to here, but it seems like she was struggling with the fusing, I guess, when I was reading it, and I guess she like figured it out or whatever by the time this starts.
Spoiler alert, she figured it out.
But in the other series, her dad's not in New York. She's in New York alone.
Okay.
So I guess she also figures out how to get her dad there. But she had to come to 616 because that was the only universe without a Gwen Stacy. Because the Gwen Stacy is dead.
Oh, yeah. Thanks, Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Good job, Peter.
So she had to come to this one, which luckily she has her other Spider-Man friends here. But all of that was a little confusing because it must have happened, I think her regular universe must have imploded or something, because she's always got multiversal problems happening in her comic books.
Yeah, so it's neat. It's funny to see the beginning of this book. Now we have a little opening scene of something horrific has happened, that we know we're going to go back in time to see kind of what happens. But just after that, you get the page with all the credits on it, and it's funny to read the little synopsis of after getting bitten by a radioactive spider. You know, it's the same thing that I've read a million times in my life for Peter Parker, but for have the same exact verbiage written for Gwen Stacy. That's always kind of fun to see.
That's what I liked about the Spider-Verse movie. I think it was the second one where they had that little like intro clip for everybody in that movie.
Yeah.
I think that movie was a cute callback to these little comic books.
Yep.
Anyway,
so we've got something horrible happens, but then we immediately go back in time 5 hours to kind of paint the picture, and we've got a great splash page of Spider-Gwen swinging through the cities with her webs. New outfit, I guess, for this comic. It's a great outfit. It's kind of a spider suit and a Miles Morales kind of hoodie action going together. But the color's great, and she's sparring with, I guess, her would-be boyfriend.
It's complicated.
Yeah.
It's a situationship.
Yeah,
her situationship, the black tarantula.
They really haven't defined anything. But what is his character's name?
He's the black tarantula, I think, or he's the son of the black tarantula. They were the villains in the other series that I read.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But I guess part of being complicated is the fact that he's not all that bad if he's hanging out with Gwen.
It was like a classic, like, difference of classes and different opinions of what justice means kind of thing.
Okay.
So, morally gray, but this guy's definitely not as bad as his father was.
Gotcha. He's got almost like a Black Panther outfit, but with some Venom type. I like the details on his arms, the kind of the black suit Spider-Man logo on his arms, but then a big old cloak too, so...
Yeah, he kind of looks a lot like Cloak.
Right. We got to add more spider details on him so everybody knows he's a tarantula.
Yeah. If you just look at them, it looks like Cloak and Dagger.
Right.
Blonde girl in white, and then a guy in black.
Yep. So they're going through kind of, that gives us kind of the recap of where we're sitting in the universe, how she just got there, and
yeah,
I guess had some symbiote powers for a while.
Yeah, I think she had like a special like ghost symbiote or something.
That's cool.
Like a special little white one.
But he's having a bad day, so their talk isn't super civil. But they leave with an understanding of, yeah, we gotta get past this and figure this out and go blow off some steam somewhere else. But then we see, wait, who is that guy?
The murderer?
Oh, the guy that's pinned for the murder. Yeah.
Yeah.
What does that have to do with anything?
Yeah, I was confused at that part.
I think we're just seeing kind of where he's at right now.
Okay.
Because right now we know he thinks he's innocent. Something bad just happened. But he's not having a great day either.
Right.
He's very impatient and got a hot temper and...
Gets splashed by a car and...
Yeah.
But then does he get a symbiote on him?
That's kind of what it seems like, especially with like the end of the comic.
Right. Because the character that we see at the end is unrelated to anything we've seen thus far.
Right. So I think it looks like a dirty little slimy symbiote.
Gotta hate those dirty slimy ones.
Yeah.
I like the nice ones.
But then we get the best part of the comic. The part that, hey, we got to get the band back together. So Gwen wants to start a band. She makes some flyers. She needs rebels, guitar players, and ghosts. And she gets a little visit from Silk.
Yeah.
And Silk.
Silk's her good buddy. Silk's one of her buds from the last comic.
So Cindy is her name. And Cindy has apparently watched a couple of YouTube videos and instantly knows how to play the bass.
Can't be that hard.
Yeah.
There's only 4 strings.
Right.
And then is able to jam.
Yeah,
freely.
so she shows up, and then some neighbor from down the hall shows up with a guitar, and they're like, "Yeah, let's play some music."
That's a jam.
And they plug in their instruments. Gwen jumps on the drums, and a 1, 2, 3, 4, and they are just jamming. That's a great picture, very colorful, lots of musical notes all over the place that mean nothing. And and you can see that she's got a smile on her face, probably for the first and only time in this comic. Like she's in her happy place now that she can just bang on the drums. So let that be a lesson to all of you.
Crazy.
Find a creative outlet, and that will make your life so much better. The end.
It's kind of crazy though that she can just move on without her old bandmates. Because I don't know, they're in the other universe.
Oh no.
she was on the band was the Mary Janes.
Oh.
Yeah.
So this could be
Mary Jane was the lead singer, and
this could be a situation like that movie that came out a couple of years ago that I didn't see, where the guy wakes up in a world that never knew the Beatles, and he starts playing all the Beatles songs, and he's instantly famous. And nobody knows that he just took a bunch of famous songs and played them again. So she could be taking all the Mary Jane songs, bringing them to 616, and being like, "Oh yeah, these are my jams."
Wow.
I think she was the songwriter or whatever on the other place, but
Yeah, well,
her
we'll see.
extracurricular activities of being a superhero definitely got in the way of her friendships and her band.
Now talk about a missed opportunity. We've got a spider-themed person who plays drums but only has 2 arms.
True.
Like, why couldn't we have an 8-armed spider, Gwen, playing the drums?
Just pitch it to What If.
What if?
What if Spider-Gwen was a spider?
Yeah, what if it was Gwen Spider? She was the
blonde
original
spider.
size of a spider. The relative strength of a human. She couldn't even pick up the drumsticks. But yeah, then she gets a good jam going on. Then we have a little heart to heart with Dad. Dad, of course, is concerned about some boy that she's talking about, and he wants to make sure that he meets this boy so he can let the boy know what would happen if he does his girl wrong.
He likes that she's happy. She's finally happy.
Yeah, wholesome.
Yep.
But that doesn't last long. Because, oops, there's a dead body.
Right.
Oops.
And somehow her dad, who just gets beamed into this universe, probably has no credentials or driver's license or birth certificate. He's all of a sudden like a chief of police or something.
Sure.
Because he's on the scene. He's got his badge. He's
Make
at
it
least a
work.
detective.
Yeah.
Because the real detective or captain, was it Captain
Stacy.
Stacy?
Yeah.
He was the police captain, right?
Is he dead in the 616 canon? Like the OG Captain Stacy?
He should be.
Oh. What do you mean he should be?
I mean, he died in the comics, so yeah.
Oh, that's what I'm asking. Okay, so that's why he's able to be here. So maybe they had, because I know there was like the whole TVA was hanging out with Gwen. So maybe they were able to do a little switcheroo and be like, "Hey, remember this guy?
He's back."
He's back."
Or maybe
He's from the other universe, but he's still just as good a cop as the other guy.
Yeah.
Maybe Gwen had to go into the universe and kill the original dad so that she can bring her dad in.
Ooh, that's good. Yeah, that'll be a prequel to this.
Crazy.
Loki tells her, yeah, I can help you out, but you're going to have to do me a couple favors first.
Kill your father to bring your other father in.
Clean up this timeline. Don't leave any bits and pieces. But yeah, apparently something happens to this guitar player that just gets into their life. he gets
Rip that guy.
gruesomely
I know.
obliterated by
Sad.
black spiky stuff, which must be coming from the weird looking, I don't know, venom slash demon character.
Yeah, this guy looks cool.
He's got a like a venom tongue, but it's green, and he's got spikes that come out. But that's obviously our guy from the very first page that must mutate back to the normal human-looking guy, saying that he didn't do it. So something's possessing him, and now Captain Stacy or whoever he is, doppelganger Stacy, doesn't want Spider-Gwen, his daughter, to help out with this investigation because it's a little too close to home. But she says she's going to do it anyways.
She's a witness, kind of, too.
Yeah.
She's one of the last people to see this guy alive from their jam sesh.
So she could be a witness slash suspect also.
Yeah.
Put it in that content.
Bro, can we just let Gwen Stacy chill for a little bit?
Yeah, let her
She's
be
always
happy.
in trouble, man.
Let her make a new friend without them dying.
I know. This poor girl's gone through everything.
And then we end up the issue with a completely separate person. I don't know if this person is anybody significant. I hope not.
I doubt it.
She's uptown, Fifth Avenue, trying to catch a train out of there. Just misses it. Just misses the subway. And looks like the black spiky creature comes and rips her to shreds too.
Well, we'll find out that it's like her best friend at the library or something like that. Like random brunette is actually Gwen's only friend.
Right. Yeah, kind of short. Just a couple things to set up a couple different stories to get you going. And then, of course, a to be continued at the end, which you're going to need at the end of every issue number 1 of a comic. So it makes you want to find out who is this person and why are they doing this.
You.
Stay tuned to issue 2. I did forget to tell you one thing on the Geeky Week, whether it's geeky or not.
Whoa.
I started watching Spartacus, House of Asher. So it's a brand new series on Starz in the world of Spartacus. And I don't think you guys have seen any of that, have you?
No.
Great show. I had 4 seasons of different stories, and but this Asher character was in all of them. And I think at the end of the 4th season or something like that, he gets killed. But in this one, he's waking up where he is the ludus of the house, basically the guy in charge of the gladiators.
Oh.
And it's because he went to the underworld, and they said, your job's not done yet. We're going to send you back up there. So it's got kind of a, well, I guess it's all based in Rome, so it's got kind of a mythology type undertone of, hey, we're going to send you back to do our bidding type thing. But it's a good show. The dialect on those series, if you watch it for nothing else, because there is a lot of blood and gore and other graphic stuff, the dialect, the way that they talk throughout that whole series is just so fascinating. We as modern Americans have such a primitive vocabulary and way of talking
6'7"
versus, I mean, just think about how people conversed 100 years ago versus how we converse now. It's just completely devolved, I guess is the best way I could say it.
I wasn't alive 100 years ago like you.
Well,
Whoa.
I've seen movies like the Titanic. Yeah, it's interesting. Good show so far. But anything else
Speaking of ancient Rome,
what you got?
when I was in Texas, I went to an art museum and they had a bunch of, like, a whole room with, like, a bunch of old statues from, like, Greece and Rome, and I almost witnessed a disaster.
Oh, no.
So they just kind of have them out, right? And there was this one section over to the side with, like, a stage, I guess, like a small little platform step up, and then they had like a couple pedestals with statues on there. And this guy was standing like right on the edge of the platform, and I guess he was trying to like leave and like walk away to see something else, but he like tripped on the platform.
Oh no.
And tried to catch himself on the statue that was right there. And I'm standing right next to this guy, like, what is happening? And I'm like freaking out, like, this guy's gonna knock over, like, luckily it was only 2 statues, so it would only like domino twice, right? But thankfully he only knocked off the plaque that was like that was on the statue. But it was like, it was so stressful. I looked around to see who else saw it, and then nobody else like made any weird faces, and there was no staff around, so I was just like, okay.
Crazy.
Bye.
He would have like pointed at you like, she bumped into me.
It was so scary.
Wow.
Anyway.
All right. So anything else on this this issue? Is it worthy of continuing?
I mean, yeah,
so.
because I have like all 4 of the issues that are out right now.
Nice.
Cool. All right. Well, that's going to wrap up this episode. Thank you for joining us again after the holiday break. We've got some holiday ideas coming up for the upcoming episode, so stay tuned to those.
Potentially another child death match.
Oh, those
Since
are...
that brings in the views,
That's right.
the listens.
Those are click happy episodes there. We'll have to find other ways to put kids to work for us. But yeah, we thank you for tuning in on this episode. Go check out that comic at either Marvel Unlimited or your local comic book store. See if they've got back issues, if that interests you. And we thank you as always for listening. Until next time. Peace out.
Peace out.
And
Geek out.
Thank you for listening to the Family Geekery podcast. For more information, visit www.familygeekery.com. Don't forget to subscribe at your favorite podcast provider. And until next time, peace out and geek out.